Hi everybody, it's Tammy with Frou-frou Studio, and today we're going to do I saw it on Pinterest, and I think we're on episode 41. And today I am taking my inspiration from a pen from my artistic blog. I, like a big dummy, did not bring my iPad up here, and so I cannot show you what it looks like prior to starting, but I will put a picture at the end of the video that shows you the piece that I was inspired by. And I'm hoping that after studying it on my phone a few minutes before I began the video that I can recreate it. So we're going to get started. And the first thing, I did some prep work on this one because I felt like that it was one that was going to take a lot of time. Excuse me. I got a tickle. Take a lot of time to put together if I didn't do some things ahead of time. Sorry, you had to get a swallow of my drink there. Okay, so the first thing I did is I just took some music paper and I put it on a piece of cardstock so that it's got a pretty stiff background, because I felt like this one, because it has lots of pieces on it, needed something pretty sturdy. And this would probably be one that you would use on the top of a journal, or even setting out as home decor. She creates what she calls mini quilts. And so her pieces are beautiful, and they're used to, display on walls as little mini quilts. And so I'm adjusting that to more paper than fabric. I'm not sewing, that kind of thing. But I really liked the theme and the layout of hers. And so that's what I'm going to try and recreate today. So this is my background. And then I have a piece of scrapbook paper that is Christmas. And hers was not Christmas themed, but I wanted mine to be. So I'm going with Christmas. And I have crumbled this paper. I wet it with squirt bottle and crumbled it up and crumbled it up and crumbled it up until it got good and grungy. And I wanted it to kind of resemble a piece of wrinkled up fabric, because she's actually used a plaid fabric in hers. And so this is out of a Christmas plaid scrapbook paper book that I got at Hobby Lobby probably 2, maybe even 3 years ago. And it's just got different kinds of Christmas plaids in it. And I picked this one to use. So that is going to go down first. And then the next thing that I have is one of my vintage postcards. And this is a photocopy of one that has these birds on it. And when you see the picture of the pen, you'll see why I picked this card. So that is going to go, let's see, this I think was more straight and this was more crooked. So this is going to go kind of like that. And then she had all kinds of trims and laces and things like that. And so I've pulled out just a few pieces to kind of accent. I'm bringing out the blue a little bit. She has a piece of blue on hers that has little scrolly little tassels on it. And I, of course, didn't have that, but I'm going to bring in the blue. And then she has some really cute pom-pom trim that kind of hangs down. I didn't have any pom-pom trim that dangled from the strings. But I did have this, and so I glued this to another piece because I really like the idea of the pom-poms. So I'm going to go with that. And then I have a couple of pieces to put up at the top, like this. And then that's probably gonna need to go just a little. And then I've got some little buttons. She had some buttons on hers. And then she had real branches that were tied up with a little piece of ribbon. I'm not using real ones. I'm using these. They're plastic. But I think they're going to give the same effect. And, you know, in the name of recycling, that's still recycling, right? Even though they're plastic. And then she had these little tags hanging over here. And so I've made a couple of little tags. And I'm going to put them on this little laundry pin thing. One of them says joyful and the other one says wishes. And I just made these with the Tim Holtz stickers out of his Christmas sticker book, and also some stickers out of, oh, and I do want to show you this sticker book because I think it's really cool. I got this yesterday at my local scrapbook store, and it's from Simple Stories, and it's a sticker book, and it's called Simple Vintage Christmas Lodge. And it's got 12 sheets, and these are the cutest little stickers, and they are matte. There's not a bit of shine to them, which we all love. But I'm looking forward to using these. There's letters and words and labels and all kinds of different things. So if you're interested in that, like I said, it's Simple Stories, and it's Simple Vintage Christmas Lodge. So, check out your local scrapbook store, or I'm sure like scrapbook.com or somebody like that has it. So, the paper to that's real pretty too. I did get a couple sheets of that because I'm going to be starting my Christmas zipper tags really shortly. So this is what kind of the layout that I want to end up with when we're done. So let's get started gluing everything down, and we'll see how it comes out. So I think the first thing we want to do is get this glued down. I'm going to use art glitter glue for that. And see if we can't get it glued down and in place. And like I said, I was really abusive to this paper, but I wanted it to, you know, look older and kind of resemble fabric. Now, you could use fabric. You could stitch your paper. You know, I don't sew very much, so I'm not gonna do that. You know, I might do some faux stitches or something, but I don't think I'm gonna. I might get crazy and do some hand stitching on it. And if I do, I'll put that in the finished photo. I wouldn't mind doing that, actually, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right, so I'm just going to glue that down, trim this edge off over here a little bit because it's hanging over. And I didn't really measure or account for this card, but it is 5 inches wide. I just kind of went by, you know, what I thought would work well with my little vintage postcard. So kind of did everything based off that. Okay, so I did ink this, but I'm thinking I might want to rough and bang it up a little bit. Just give it a little bit of rough up, and then I always like to kind of bang the corners, because, you know, with an old postcard, the first thing that's going to get kind of crumpled up are the corners. And since this is photocopy, I definitely don't want it to look too new. Kind of roll those a little bit. Okay, now we're going to put this down next. I just jumped right in. I hope everybody is having a good week. Okay, got that down. Sorry I couldn't talk. I have my glue pen in my mouth. I know that's a terrible habit, but I do it all the time. Okay, now I'm going to let that overhang. I'm not going to cut that off because I want the look. And also, you know, if you're putting that on a journal, you know, it's not like it's going to be overhanging the edge of the book. It's just overhanging this piece. And so I'm okay with that. Now, I'm going to put this one, I think, first. And then put the blue on top. Like that. And then I'm going to put this. Actually, I need to move that down because I want this right on the edge. All right, so if I put that on the edge of that one, use 3-in-1 Fabri-Tac, same beast. Am I up high enough that you guys can see? All right, so I want that one hanging off the edge. Then I want that one. Then I want the blue. Okay, and then I want my buttons over here. Now, she only had 2 buttons, and I can't do that. I can't do a 2. So, I added 1. And actually, I think she's got 2 buttons and then like a little, some kind of little bling looking thing. All right, and then at the top, I want to do this piece. Boop. And then I want to do this piece. I'm going to run it down the middle. And then these guys are going to go up here. I'm not exactly sure the best way to put these on. So I'm going to put a little dab of glue right there. Hold that for a minute. I may have to end up clamping that, because that's really, I may have to break out the glue gun for that. All right, I'm going to pin these on. Nothing is dry. All right, I'm going to move this for a minute. I don't think this will glue this any quicker, but we're going to try art glitter glue. And if this doesn't work, I'll have to break out the glue gun. I feel like doing the Jeopardy song for Final Jeopardy here. Okay, I think that's going to hold it, actually. Okay, so might tack these down a little bit. Now this is on fabric, so it'll be a different story, I'm sure. you know. Okay. So I have it down good enough for you to kind of get the general idea. Sorry, glue pen in the mouth. Now you might be able to understand me. But it's obviously is going to have hot glue to hold it all in place. So I can't reach the plug to plug up my glue gun, and so I will do that after I end the video. But there you go. Isn't that cute? I love it. That would be just a really cute display out at Christmas. I think you could put a little, it's sturdy enough that you could put a piece of wire or something on the back of it and just hang it up. Like you can see that. You can see that, can't you? Hang it up on your wall. That's really cute. I like it. All right. Well, let's see. Do I want to trim those off, or do I want to fray them? If it'll fray, I'll just fray it. Because I kind of like it hanging over, because if you do use it for a journal, you know, there's going to be something behind it that will give it something to hang on to. Yeah, I think you could fray those. I'd probably have to take like a pin or something and really get in there. And kind of fray the edges. Yeah. So they're kind of raggedy. Something like that. I wonder why my fingernails look like crud all the time. This would be white. Now this one does need to come off. It's too long. And this one. Maybe. Boy, that's a little tough little piece of trim there. Now we'll fray the ends. We might put a little, do a little vintage photo just here and there. Not too much, just crunch it up a little. Even put a little bit on the buttons. They look too new, even though they're not. All right. There we go. I like that. Again, that was my artistic blog on Pinterest. And if you click on the picture, it does take you to her blog, and she's got several projects on there. And like I said, she does like the quilted wall hangings. And so, you know, she has stitched all her pieces on and everything, and it looks really good. So, yeah, go check it out. And I will see you guys in the next video. Stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.